so we can have a direct connection to the source of light. Thank you. We should not be mistaken for a medical or therapeutic organization. We encourage anyone facing trauma recovery or mental health issues to work in conjunction with a psychiatrist, psychologist, or accredited therapist. Our objective is to help and support you in reconnecting with the universal source of healing, your own divine spirit. As we get ready to begin today's service, we ask that you mute your mics if they're not muted already. We want to let you know this meeting is being recorded, which if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out privately. A portion of this service will invite you to journal, so now would be a good time to grab a notebook and pen if you'd like to participate in that. And please do, if possible, find a comfortable space where you can relax and be present for the service. The service portion of the gathering is about 30 minutes of silent participation on your part, during which time we'll begin with a short meditation. We'll read the poem which the church has adopted as our acknowledgement of oneness with all that is, titled A Litany of Gratitude. We'll have a reading from our rotating text, along with an opportunity to journal your thoughts around the reading, and a reading from our main text, the Tao Te Ching. After that, we'll bring the official service to a close, and from there, we'll move into an optional discussion period. We've allotted 90 minutes for this portion until noon, and do invite you to participate if you feel called. Welcome, and thank you for joining our sanctuary community in celebration. As we begin our statement of faith, we recognize that this statement does not exhaust the full extent of our faith. We believe that sacred mushrooms are a primary source of personal and divine revelation. We seek counsel from the mushroom to find direction and inspiration in our faith practice, as we believe that all individuals who seek true revelation from divinity can do so. Courtney, can you share a meditation today, please?
I would love to. Thank you, Amy. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for being here with us this morning. I invite you to join me in a short, loving kindness heart meditation. So if you could get comfortable, if you're not already, adjust your position however you need to, so that you can sit here as comfortably as you can for about 5 minutes. When you're ready, you can close your eyes. And begin by taking a few intentional breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Take a moment to notice the energy moving through your body. Notice what this feels like. You may experience it as a buzzing in some parts of your body or all over your body. May be experiencing certain sensations. Just notice what you notice here for a few moments. Now I'd like us all to tune into the energy of our heart. You may place your right hand on your heart and your left hand on your belly. Notice the sensation of your heartbeat. You may notice your heartbeat not just under your right hand on your chest, but you may notice it in other parts of your body too. I invite you to take a moment to acknowledge your heart's loyalty to your experience here in this body, in this life. Every moment of the day, our heart is pumping and working for us so lovingly, doing its role to help us have this human experience. Feeling your heart's energy and strength, I invite you to tap into this energy even further. If you can imagine this heart energy welling up and starting to grow, I invite you to imagine this energy pouring down into your body, your physical body, your energy body, really just diving into being immersed by this loving heart energy. Continuing to breathe, I invite us all to expand this heart energy out even further. Imagine someone that you love dearly and take a moment to send them some of this loving heart energy that you've tapped into this morning. You can, with your mind's eye, envision this loving energy pouring down all over them, moving through them. You can even, with your mind's eye, imagine their response to receiving this loving energy. Notice the sensation of sharing this strength with someone that you love. Expanding out even further, I invite you to tap into everyone here at Sunday service, envisioning us all together right here as we are, maybe in a circle as if we're in person. And envision all of our loving heart energies swelling up, rising up, and covering us all in this loving heart energy. And again, noticing the response of all of us as we receive each other's loving energy. And going even further, I invite you to imagine this loving heart energy that we've shared with each other this morning. And imagine it having this butterfly effect, rippling out into the families, loved ones of all of us, being felt by our community here at Sanctuary and all around the nation and then the world. Know that this loving energy is something that we can tap back into at any point in service this morning, at any point in our Sunday, the rest of our week ahead, knowing that we're all here connected with our hearts as a community. Before we conclude meditation, I invite you to just notice how you feel in this moment compared to how you felt when you sat down for service this morning. And let's conclude together with a few intentional breaths, again, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more time, coming back into the service space together, through the nose and out through the mouth. Before you open your eyes, give some gentle wiggles to your fingers and your toes. You might give a full body stretch. And come back into the space. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Courtney. That was beautiful. We just wanted to have a moment to pause every week for those that are enrolled in the subtle sacrament program, subtle sacrament ministers that are taking our communion during the service. And anybody that is working with the mushroom, experiencing the mushroom this week, just wanted to take that moment of pause and I suppose send out that heart meditation to you if you think about that through the week. All right. And next we'll do our litany of gratitude. You can please unmute your mics as I say we live in all things live in us. Share that with me. All right, a litany of gratitude. We live by the sun, we feel by the moon, we move by the stars. We live
in all things,
All things
live in us.
We eat from the earth, we drink from the rain, we breathe of the air. We live
in all things,
all things live in us.
We call to each other, we listen to each other. Our hearts deepen with love and compassion. We live in all
things,
All things live in us.
We depend on the trees and animals. We depend on the earth. Our minds open with wisdom and insight. We live
in all things,
All things live in us.
We dedicate our practice to others. We include all forms of life. We celebrate the joy of living and dying.
We live in all things.
all things
live in us.
We are full of life. We are full of death. We are grateful for beings and companions.
We live in all things. Things live in us.
All things live in us.
Oh my God, we are.
All right. Thank you all. And Carla, are you going to do our first reading today?
I am. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
The Subtle Implications of Quantum Physics by Jeff Carrera. The relationship between what we think about reality and how we experience reality is what makes paradigm shifting so difficult. In so many ways, how we think about reality and how we speak about it are constantly reinforcing a perception of reality that matches what we believe to be true. The internal language we use when we think and the external language that we share with others create and solidify our expectations of reality. Changing the way we think and talk can have a dramatic effect over what we see and feel. We have spoken about how the essence of the scientific method is the understanding that all theories are just theories and can never be proven to be true. They must continually be tested, and we must always remain open.
Carla, we lost you. right.
I can read out, Amy.
Thank you.
Sure. Let's see. They must continually be tested and must always remain open to the possibility that any theory might be proven false. This is meant to generate the open-mindedness that science aspires to, but it also lands us in perplexing philosophical problem of verisimilitude. Verisimilitude is an ancient word that essentially means the feeling of being true. Some statements feel truer than others. That is a problem, though, because feeling true doesn't mean being true. The fact that it feels like the sun is going around the earth doesn't mean that it is. Our perception of reality is shaped by what we believe in the first place. Once our perception is shaped, it is very difficult to imagine reality any other way. The problem with verisimilitude is that what feels obviously to be true to us becomes almost impossible to question. It is easy to recognize the difference between a statement that is true and one that is false, but a very difficult and insidious problem arises when we try to determine which of two false statements is closer to the truth than the other.
All right, reflect. Can you identify beliefs or theories that you have had or currently have that sound true but can't be verified? Are you able to stand comfortably in the uncertainty, or do you allow what seems to be true to be believed as true? I should have said we would have about 5 minutes. We had about three and a half left. Okay, we'll give it a couple more seconds and then we'll move on. The paradoxical nature of life and its mysteries are best experienced through the ineffable space we find in our communion with the mushroom. For more than 2,000 years, the Tao Te Ching has provided guidance and instruction for exploring the paradox of existence. It is for this reason that we employ the Tao Te Ching as our primary sacred text and invite all to study it further as you delve deeper into the mystery of life. Connor.
All right, this is Tao Te Ching, chapter 40. The movement of the Tao consists in returning. The use of the Tao consists in softness. All things under heaven are born of the corporeal. The corporeal is born of the incorporeal.
Thank you. All right, we have newly ordained ministers this week. Eric.
All right, thank you, Amy. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, so we keep moving forward on our march to 1,000, I call it. As some of you may know, I was informed by a sacrament experience that we are to ordain 1,000 ministers under Psanctuary within, well, they told me to shoot for the next year, but the idea being and what was communicated in that experience was the personal empowerment of our members. Just always coming back to recognizing that we are ultimately our own healers, our own shaman, our own priest, our own guru. And so just, that is the core of these ministries here, particularly starting with the myself ministers. Those of you who may not know about this program, this ordination status, this is an 8-week program where we work through and discuss weekly on calls and through our workbook best practices in holding space for ourselves. Spent quite a bit of time yesterday actually reflecting on this and how what a powerful role I think this approach is going to play in just the unfolding accessibility, returning back to our nature, and again rediscovering our own power. So I want to thank and congratulate those who have been through this 8-week program with us and look forward to your ongoing journey with this sacrament. It is it can be a beautiful lifelong process. The mushrooms can be lifelong companions. And so for many of you, this is just a next phase in that journey. And for some of these folks, it's completely brand new. So just want to recognize today Cynthia Young, Mika Early, Joseph Richardson, Jonathan McGuire, Richard Crease, and Holly Behrens from the Myself Ministers. After that, we have the Friends and Family Ministers. So this is the next step towards administering sacrament to those that we love. The majority of us, after we have a profound experience with psilocybin, deeply desire to share this with our friends and our family. And so that's what this ministership is really geared towards. Those of you who have been part of these programs so far, thank you. Your feedback and your contributions is going to play a major role in improving these programs and continuing to really just provide what is really desired by our membership as we've continued to reevaluate what we offer and realizing that most people are not ever going to want to spend hundreds or thousands of hours working with highly traumatized strangers and high dose group environments. But so many of us can very effectively support our friends and family in this space. And that ripple effect It's it's going to be amazing to watch this unfold. And again, those of you who are participating in this programs from this early stage, I can't thank you enough, because it is really building a foundation of something that I know is going to have a massive impact on accessibility, personal experience, and just moving the culture forward around psychedelic spirituality. So the friends and family ministers we have this week are John Clark, Honor Boone, Yeshua Adonai, Margot Velsi, and Julia Robillard. So thank you all so much. It really is amazing. I am super excited about our celebration for those ministers that can come be a part of that. Just recognizing what we're all doing here together, the momentum that we're building together, the healing that we're bringing into the world by healing ourselves, it's really phenomenal. And I honor you and thank you all for being a part of this, particularly in these early stages of our development.
Thank you, Eric, and congratulations to all of the new ordained ministers. All right, announcements. So our virtual circles and workshops are now open to members at no additional cost, and non-members for a suggested $5 donation. Virtual workshops this week include Tuesday at 6:30, Internal Family Systems with Deborah. Saturday at 10 Eastern, Sanctuary Book Club with Susan. Both of those times were in Eastern time. Please register and find Zoom links in our events calendar on sanctuary.org. And this Wednesday, Christina will be leading our in-person community circle at Clifton Clifton Church in Louisville as a special edition. The Kentucky Harm Reduction Coalition will host a 15-minute presentation on how to recognize and treat an opioid overdose, plus Naloxone 101 training. This circle is donation-based and open to all members of our community. Membership is not required. Please register via our events calendar on sanctuary.org. And mark your calendars for this Kentucky Mushroom Festival, October 6th through the 8th. Where Sanctuary will be a featured sponsor, with many of our members and ministers facilitating workshops and volunteering at our mushroom theme camp. Official Sanctuary members receive 10% off tickets. See the member benefits section of your member portal for the discount code. And in addition, for those myself and friends and family ministers who have been ordained, we will be hosting a special Psilocybin, where ministers will be coming together and imbibing with our sacrament together prior to the festival, for just the cost of camping. Ordained myself and friends and family ministers can find the celebration registration link in your member portal. And mark your calendars for our new West Coast service, Sunday service led via Zoom on the first Sunday of each month, hosted at 10 a.m. Pacific time. If you're interested in assisting with either of our East or West Coast Sunday services, please email our volunteer coordinator, Nancy, at volunteer@sanctuary.org. Right, and that is announcements. Fundraising. James, do you have anything for us this week?
No big need to ask for direct funds this week. I think we're just all really thrilled to see the growth and interaction. I would just kind of toss out there, for new members or people that are relatively new to the church, the community activities, community gatherings that are members only, there's more than enough room for more of it. We've had some amazing people step up and offer their talents and abilities and hearts to all kinds of different gatherings around the community. But the way the church grows is more and more and more of that kind of thing. So if you're feeling called to spread in some way or more deeply engage with the community, there's more than enough space for it. Also, for any ministers that have graduated over the last few months or upcoming, you might start having that feeling that you want to have more public presence or discussion. Let the church know. Part of what the church can do is help others grow as well. And the more voices that are lifting up the message, the more this message can reach the people that need to find it. Beyond that, expect that when we are fundraising, you'll start getting really tired of me asking for money.
Thanks, James. All right, and membership, Stephen.
Good morning, everyone. We have 5 new members this week to announce. We have Janine from Kentucky, Kirk from Kentucky, Jennifer from New York, Shauna from Kentucky, and Debbie from Oregon. So welcome, everyone.
Welcome to you all. Thank you. All right, we've come together with intentions of service to the land and all its inhabitants. It is in our hearts to go forth into the world with the collective consciousness. We encourage you to stay for continued fellowship and conversation around our readings today. For those unable to stay, we thank you for being with us. As we further our conversation, please remember that all perspectives are welcome as we search for the spiritual truth that unites us all. Much love.